big car count again, and I guess nobody's getting a car count because everybody's still scared of the no prep thing. And I kind of had an epiphany when I'm sitting there talking to Keith Sabo. And Sabo told me, he said, these guys would rather race on radials on a prep track for $2,000 than try to come out and race no prep for $10,000. You know, the people are there. The people all want to see it. The crowds are still there. We were turning people away at the gate. People kept coming and coming, and we started turning them away because we knew we weren't going to get a race off. And the thing is, if you don't have a good car count, you're not going to put on a good show. And I mean, $10,000 for small tire, $10,000 for big tire. Nobody pays that kind of money, and I pay them in cash. But to be perfectly honest with you, after Keith Sabo saying that, and I thought about it, and I thought about our car counts, how much money I've been out, how hard I've worked, and how hard, you know, everybody around me's worked to try to make this happen. You know, the people are wanting to see it, but the racers are still a bunch of fucking pussies. So I'll get brutalized over this live feed, but I'm gonna say it right now. Any real fucking man with a car that says he's a racer will race any surface, anytime, anywhere. But it just proves to me that if there ain't a camera out there flying around, then they'll go do radio fag racing and never fucking step up to try to do what's still gonna be the biggest thing that drag racing's ever seen. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna catch on just like everything else has always caught on. But it's kind of fucking sad. Guys want to sit back and talk about how badass they are and how fast they are and how cool they are, but they won't come out and even try this kind of racing because they're fucking scared. So I made up my mind. I'm canceling Huntsville. I'm done with the Out of Time No Prep series because the fans mean more to me than any fucking racer out there. And I do appreciate the racers that followed the series and came to every race and raced their asses off and double entered their cars. The Black Sheep Mafia. I don't know what happened to them this weekend. They didn't come out. They may have got hung up. They may have seen the forecast. But I've met a lot of good people. You know, everybody was saying, well, you need somebody to draw the crowd. Well, I had Ryan Martin and Jeff Lutz there. We don't have a problem drawing a crowd. What we have a problem is drawing cars. Guys with cars that sit in the garage and talk about how fast they are and how nobody pays no money, but they don't want to take the radials off. They want to go to a place where they will bring the track to them, not where they have to bring their car to the track, which is what racing has always been about. It's not been about having a chain and sprocket track. And I know Donald Long's going to come on here and say a bunch of bullshit, which I can give two fucks less about, because the crowd's going to get tired of seeing radial versus the wallet when there's so much, where it takes so much fucking money to even try to compete that nobody can afford to do it. No prep racing is still affordable. Now don't get me wrong, guys, like, these are some of the fastest fucking cars out there and they're hard to beat, but that's also one of the reasons I didn't have, hang on. Do what? Okay, thank you. Well, I just got a door open on the motorhome. We'll take care of that after this live feed. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back here and park for a minute so I can finish this live feed. So, I decided to kill the rest of the series. There was the Huntsville race, which I'm not gonna go do this Huntsville race and put on a bad show for you guys, because it's bullshit. You guys pay your money to come out and watch us race, and the cars aren't showing up. I know there's cars. I'm in South Carolina. I'm where there's more race cars than anywhere in the fucking United States is down south. And these guys did not have the balls to pull their cars out. Now, I will say there's one guy that brought a full-blown 481X 140 supercharged, pro charged pro mod out there. Rolled the fucking dice. His tuner's telling him, don't unload it. He got out there and made a couple passes and found out that no prep's not what everybody thinks it is. And there's some other local guys that showed up that were scared to death to do it. And they said, man, we had to really learn our cars. And that's what no prep's about. It's about getting the smartest guy out there, not the guy with the most amount of money. But I'm done with the series. I'm done with trying to bring no prep racing where it's never been. Because to be honest with you, all the guys on the cars are a bunch of fucking pussies. They're scared to fucking race their cars unless they have a perfect surface that's a chain and sprocket, to where they don't have to learn how to set suspension. They don't have to learn how to tune their shit. All they do is fucking call somebody up, have them log on, and that's it. They ain't my kind of racing, guys. I'll step out of this fucking deal and I'll go do something different. I'll still no prep race. I'll go to other no prep races. I'll go back to doing appearances because the fans are still there. And that's the funny thing, what nobody seems to get through their fucking thick ass head is when the fans quit coming, there's no more racing. The fans is what makes racing. The fans are what puts asses in the seat. The asses in the seats is what pays for this shit. Well, guys, get ready. All you guys that are holding back because you don't want to, because you're scared of fucking no prep, or your shit's not fast enough for no prep, or I don't want to have to fucking race against Ryan Martin or Jeff Lutz or any of that bullshit. And they weren't even racing. They were just there to support me. I haven't had any of my friends come to bring a big crowd in because I wanted the crowd, I wanted to grow no prep racing. Well, evidently I failed at it. I can't force guys to bring their cars. I can't, I'm not going to bring all of my friends just to draw a big crowd and then put on a shitty show, which we've had, and I've done everything I could, guys. I've busted my ass. I've spent about $80,000 of my money. I did everything I could to make this sport as big as I could. It's still going to grow. It's going to grow with me. It's going to grow without me. It's still going to be the biggest sport in drag racing. It's just going to take more time than I have the money to wait out, to be honest with you. I am going to go to Hogan's and meet with them guys. They're building an intake for my car. And then we're going to go down to Florida, Brantley and I. And we're going to spend a few days on the beach and play around. Another part of this is Stacy and I have been divorced for about 4 or 5 years, and we're still going to be friends, but Stacy and I are going our separate ways. So I have a lot of life-changing things that's going to hit me, but the most important one is sitting right over here beside me, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on. I got to let some of this stuff go for a while. You know, I appreciate all you guys that have followed my page, that have supported me. You know, the people that come to these races and say we don't give a shit. You know, it's done a lot for me. That's what's kept me in here this long. Because there's no bigger kick in the balls than what? Huh? You gonna do what? Tell everybody hi. Hi. So, I'm gonna get back to working with, spending time with my boy. Telling everybody hi. Hi. You know, he comes to these races and you know, one of the races he even asked me, he said, "Where's all the cars at, Pawpaw?" And what do you tell a kid? What do you tell a kid that comes out there to meet their heroes and see racing for the first time, and there ain't no cars? Because these guys are, and guys, you can brutalize me, say whatever you want. I'm saying it for what it is. You're a fucking pussy that you don't even want to give it a try. You don't even want to go be a part of the next biggest sport. You have to wait and race 2 or 3 times a year on a chain and sprocket track. That way you can feel like you're fast. Somebody told me the other day, yeah, but fast is fast. But fast anywhere is fast everywhere. So I'm going to keep doing what I do. And for all the radio guys that are going to fucking turn around and throw their hands up in the air and start bitching and crying like a bunch of fucking punk ass bitches. Hey, I came into your world. I took a fucking street car. I wasn't smart enough to change the converter, the gear, nothing. We reset the fucking 4 links. Everybody said they got to separate. And I went and put the second fastest 60-foot time at that fucking show. 984 with a fucking junk ass nitrous car. I came into your world and tried it. It was awesome. But you guys won't even come into this fucking world and try it. And racing's going to leave you behind because 90% of the guys out there ain't got the money to compete at the level that all this shit's at. So I'm going to put Reaper on 28s. I'm going to go to the season finale of No Prep Kings. And I'm going to race the orange car, and I'm going to debut the street car that's the street car match to it. And I'm going to try to get the car lined out on 28s. That's the only thing I haven't done. And I'm going to go into the 28 world with Reaper. because unlike a lot of guys out there, I am a fucking racer. I'm a true racer. I street race, I track race, I'll race whatever, whenever, however. It doesn't matter how much money it costs me, don't matter how many times I get fucking beat, don't matter how much shit I break, I don't fucking quit. But on the No Prep series, I can't, I honestly, I told everybody in the beginning, I will do this till I can't afford to do it anymore. And guys, I can't afford to do it. I can't afford to let any more people down than I feel like I've let down. And I've let every one of those crowds down when I didn't have the cars to produce. And once again, I thank all the people that have been to them, that have supported them, that there's a few people that have came to every one of them, and I appreciate that. That touches me in a way that you guys don't even get. But no prep racing is not going nowhere. Everybody's going to come around to it eventually. But when the people get tired of watching the same old shit on this radial stuff, watching the same guys, when the guys figure out they can't afford to run with some of these fucking guys that are running in the threes on a radial, then no prep racing is going to take off. I didn't start no prep racing. It's just I was trying to bring it back to where it used to be, back to its roots. And I got people to go down the racetrack that's never been down a racetrack. So to me, I don't regret doing any part of it. But right now I got to concentrate on Brantley. I promised I'm going to finish No Prep Kings, and then I'm going to take a break for a little while. But guys, I appreciate you following the page. We'll still be doing the car builds, the stuff on YouTube. I'm still going to get the Nova back together, and we're going to go find some real street races and get back to what I love to do and what means something. Find those people wherever. I'll travel to go find a race. But I know there's more people out there like me than there are people that want to sit at home and race 3 times a year. And if that's what you want to do, hey, that's awesome. That's great. Sit at home and race 3 times a year. Now, if I wanted to race 3 times a year, if I could only bring myself to race 3 times a year, I'd seek all the money that I put in all these cars, and I would go win Radial versus the World. But that's just not me. Guys, I appreciate it. I got a lot of things that's going on in my life, and I'm just going to sit back and try to reprioritize. You guys follow the page. I'm not going to stop doing these live feeds because I'm not going to let my fans down. I may go back to doing I may start doing appearances that I don't do very often because the fans are there. That's the shitty part about this, you guys. The fans are there. The fans come out. They want to see it. And you guys want to keep your fucking cars in the garage so you can race them 3 times a year. That's probably where they need to stay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody that tunes in, everybody that supports me. Without you guys, I would have quit this shit a long time ago. I'm not gone. I'm not done. I'm just done trying to put on no prep races with no cars and letting people down. Guys, I'm going to get off here, fill this thing up. Me and this boy's going to the beach. You guys have a good one. Thank you.